It's been a long and grueling week out here in Ruidoso, New Mexico for the Tim Selinske U.S. Masters presented by Innova. It's the final day. We are back at Oso Canyon bringing you MP40 lead card action. We're here to crown a major winner. Again, big shout out to Infinite Disc for sponsoring all of this amazing coverage all week. Back in the booth, it is Felix, joined again by
Conrad.
Conrad, what a week. It's been, I don't know how many flights of stairs we've climbed and these guys have had to endure, but it all comes down to this.
It's all going to be worth it at the end when someone is crowned a major champion. It may be one of these four guys here that we're about to take a look at.
We sure hope so.
All right, we have Cale Leiviska. Shot 9 down at also round 2, so he's not a stranger to finding birdies here. Daniel Polk. He shot 11 down. I think that was the hot round for that day. Day 2.
It was certainly one of them, but Nate Sexton was out there round 2, also shooting an 11 down. 1047 rated round 3 also. He's just been on fire since round 1, really recovering well from a slow start. Looking to keep the pedal to the metal, and big, tall Paul Oman, 10 down out here, his first go around 2. And we're going to start things off on hole 1, par 3. 352 feet. This corridor here continues going straight. Trees dotting the left and right hand side of the fairway. Most drives that we've been seeing on this course are going to get right around this bent tree here on the left hand side, leaving you about a C2 putt uphill. One that you can try to run. Not much danger in trying to run the birdie on this one. But I haven't seen many birdies. I don't think I have seen a birdie on this hole.
We are now
the last
lead card for your
I saw a birdie
MP40.
today at the card in front of us. A guy drove
Your
it
leader
to
at 32
almost a
under
bullseye
par.
and then tapped in.
Cale Leiviska.
Cale in the driver's seat here. One stroke over Daniel.
You can tell from this view that there is a slow incline going up. It's kind of hard to tell when the drone is going through, but you have a slow incline. You have walls on the left and right and a ceiling to deal with.
Yeah.
So very particular line that you got to hit, and
Most
that
guys,
looks really good.
Yeah, most guys are going to take, look, there's that bent tree. Give me that C2 look. Most guys are going to kind of take this straight up the gut
Sitting
line.
at 31
But
under par, Danny Polk.
we've seen Danny, though, taking the big crashing hyzer. And it looks like he might be lining that up again here.
Like when you're a hyzer guy, you find those lines. Like I'm sitting at this tee, I'm not thinking about that line. Oh, he did not find that line.
Next up at 30 under par,
That is literally the first available. I have to see how he recovers from that.
Nate Sexton has been battling all week after a slow start in round 1. Fought his way back to lead card for round 3. And now back here for the finals. Gets a late tree kick.
Wow.
Wow,
And that kicked him low. That was not just a kick by itself.
Paul Oman.
He's our pal, Paul Oman. Has been with us since round 2 on the lead card. Still very much in the mix here at 29 under to start the day. A little low.
He's going to get some ground action. Not the kind he wanted. Didn't kick him forward, per se. More off to the side. All right, let's see how Dan's going to recover here. Still taking the hyzer line. Ooh. Oh.
That's
Another tree. This
is something we haven't really seen from Danny. He hasn't really stumbled off the tee. We've said maybe a hiccup here and there on the putting green.
yeah. I mean, that's just bound to happen, but I don't know. It's totally unexpected. That's more what I expect when he throws a hyzer, is to get by the basket, not to find a tree.
Well, he's in position there to save the bogey and kind of limit the damage here.
Yeah. But I mean, you look at the scores. This is a tight race.
Yeah.
Every stroke matters.
Looks like Firebird in hand here for Nate. Nice to settle.
That's good enough.
About mid-20s for the par.
If we were actually doing real stats, that'd be a good scramble stat right there.
Paul up on the green as well. Nice recovery from both players here. Cale, let's look for birdie. Pretty calm conditions too. Not a lot of wind to speak of. That
Oh,
one
wow.
just kind of held right the whole time.
Yeah. There's a slight breeze, but it's really slight.
Yeah.
I was looking at the weather,
Good putt.
and I think it had it below 5 the entire day, but it was swirling oddly enough. Oh,
No, what?
is this first hole jitters? Maybe we haven't seen. We've read the comments of how nice he is, how good he is, the skills. It's not really what you expect to see him starting out with a double.
Yeah, he hasn't shown nerves all week. I mean, he's been on camera pretty much every round, and he's been solid through and through. So
Yeah.
just chalk it up to a hiccup. Sometimes, you just have that hole.
Paul sneaking that one in, save his par.
Good couple of scrambles there for the Innova guys. Cale going to have this left for his par to maintain his lead. But we've got a little bit of movement as now it's going to be Sexton after that double bogey by Daniel that's going to be in second place.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we still have a lot of golf left to play, a lot of hills to climb.
Got about 17 holes left, I'd say.
Just about. Here's one of them. It's hole 2. It's a par 3 coming in at 249 feet. It's going to play a little bit longer than that because of this steep incline up the hill. You have a few trees here in the fairway, but they really don't factor into your approach. This tree here in front of the green and the one to the right of it, along with these, I don't know what these are. We didn't find out what these plants were, what these bushes or shrubs, or they look dead, but I assume that they're not. Anyway, they're around the basket. You got to navigate those as well as you get up there.
Those are earth creatures, I believe they're called. This is an Athena here for Cale. 7-speed fairway, getting some late drift and some finish. To be inside the circle with an uphill putt. Look for the birdie.
He'll be looking through I'm going to call them thistles for now.
Yeah. Firebird again. Go on the forehead line. I like this.
And someone that's confident. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
It's probably a good thing. It wasn't going to ace, probably.
A little skateboard kickflip off the top of the rail there. I like the height on that.
Yeah.
Hey, we said the same thing. Good shot. Those things are inside of about 20, so if you're hitting those, then you're well inside the circle.
Mm-hmm. Good height on that one, too.
Mm-hmm. A little bit wider, though. Needs to finish.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunate backwards roll there. Kicked it in reverse. Leaving him about circle's edge.
And uphill.
Mm-hmm.
Have to get over the thistle.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What a
Not a problem.
putt.
Not a problem.
Tremendous recovery there from hole 1. That's the Danny Polk we've been seeing all week.
Yeah.
And just want to say thank you to everybody. We asked you guys to kind of give us some stories and some legends of Danny Polk since this was our first time seeing him. And you guys have said nothing but great things about not only his game, but the person that he is. And we couldn't agree more. We've been spending most of the week with him, and he's been just a joy to be around. And it's been so much fun watching his game. Cale with the birdie. Paul looking to do the same. You're going to get a star frame here, looks like, on hole 2.
Away from all that obstruction, dude. Bust the legs out on hole 2.
A little early afternoon yoga. He marked it on top of this? I didn't even see that. It's so good. Nicely played, boys. Star frame on hole 2.
Hey everybody, Joel Freeman here with Team Infinite, and I've got great news for you. My 2025 discs can be found easily at infinitediscs.com. You've got a variety of different molds with this stamp on it. They look beautiful. Thank you guys so much for all your support.
Welcome back to the action. Hole 3. It's ranked 5th. I honestly thought this would be ranked harder. Par 3, 417 feet. You need a high swooping, stable hyzer, getting over these trees and then crashing down somewhere inside of this green, or realistically, somewhere inside of 45 feet to give yourself a look for the birdie. Another one that I don't recall seeing a birdie on during our first go around on this course.
I don't either. The fact that that was the flight that I had to take with the drone means that was the best line of attack to the basket. That right there is basically the landing zone for...
Yeah, it pretty much is playing as a true par 3. As you see, the scoring average was exactly 3.
Mm-hmm. So wait, does that mean that everyone got 3s? Or does that mean that there had to be birdies there? Because somebody had to get a bogey. Click on it, let me see.
I'm not going to say anything. These guys are still playing the hole.
I just said let me see. I ain't say let me... Oh.
I say it's impossible to birdie. It can't be done.
Can't be done.
That looks good. I like that inside height. And even that gets knocked down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know the line. There is a line because the drone took it, but
Nate talked about a
that looks like 2 inside. But
yeah.
Okay, he's outside. He's outside. You see the tassel for the circle's edge. So
all right. Yeah, so he's probably about that 45-ish area. Nate was talking about a big flexing Annie forehand. Like just a steep angle with something stable that's going to fight back out. I'm like, you're talking big talk. I don't see it.
Danny's down to a knee. He has a window, and there's stuff all around. All right, so this is Danny that we've been seeing. This is the Danny that I expect to show up.
Big shout out to Flight Factory. What a putt. Can you even call it a putt? Yeah. Danny, big time birdie there. One of the only 2 on the day on this hole. Steve Brinster, the other one, another former US DGC winner. Again, big shout out to Flight Factory for sponsoring the runbacks for this event. Check them out at flightfactorydisc.com and check out our Ace Run Pro Let's Run It merch on there, which is on sale, 40% off. All Innova molds with our Let's Run It stamp and shirts. This guy knows a thing or two about Innova.
Maybe. Through the window.
Why? Why not? Oh, that would have been so cool.
Yeah.
Couple of drop-in pars left for the rest of the boys here. That means there had to be 2 bogeys, right? Because there were 2 birdies. I'm not going to shout out who the bogeys were, but
why not? Give them some credit.
No,
don't do that.
No, I'm not doing it.
People will find out. If they want to, they know what the stats are if they need to see. All right, hole 4 is right in the middle of the pack as far as difficulty. It is a par 3 coming in at 278 feet. Again, we are still climbing up the mountain here. The tree that I see come into play most is the one that's on the right that we just passed, not the one here on the left that you would think would come into play. But you want to crest this hill, but you have to be careful with the pace as it is a slope behind it as well. So landing up top and on the green takes a really accurate and thoughtful shot. Oh, wow.
That's the angle, but the height needed to be a little more.
No, that got seriously dropped, though.
Yeah, it did. I found out from Cale this is a meteor that he's been throwing, this clear disc. Understable mid, going uphill.
That got dropped too?
It did. There's some type of crosswind or something up there dropping it.
Yeah. And obviously, you just can't feel it on the tee box.
Yeah. There you hear a little bit.
Okay.
A
little bit of wind. Oh, that's low. But is it going to kick up? Okay, fights to the edge.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll have a clean look. I'm not sure if he's inside or outside the circle, though.
Paul in an advantage. He gets to actually see the target since he's 6 inches taller than everybody else. That looks almost like a carbon copy of what he did the first time out here.
Yeah. And and it's while it's in flight, it's a little scary. It's nice to see that it landed, you know, and didn't have any further action down the hill.
It flew like a putter. It looked like he threw a putter there.
That's what I was assuming it was it not?
I believe so.
Okay. Oh, they all have somewhat looks at the basket.
Cale lining this up for the bird. Ooh, good run at it, just a touch low.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little frustration setting in early here for Cale. Still in the lead though. 2 strokes ahead of his closest competitor, Paul, for birdie. I jinxed it. I said 3 instead of birdie. It's my fault.
It's your fault. Why you say that? Right in the middle of his putt, too.
Sexton for double bogey. Not just kidding. For the birdie. Got it.
There it is.
There we go, Nate.
Good birdie for Sexton. That brings him to within 1 of the lead.
Left side hit, but it's stuck.
Mm-hmm. I really like that hat. I'm going to hit up Cale for one of those hats. And we'll have a couple of pars left before we move on to hole 5. Views for days. Hole 5. Par 4. 540 feet. I feel like this is the bigger brother of hole 3. That's a similar placement hyzer that you had on that hole. Landing somewhere in this area here if you can, and then kind of scrambling your way up with some type of punch putter shot or approach disc up to this green. Not too much danger. These last couple trees on the left here are your last real obstacle. A little bit of runaway if you go a little deep there on your approach, but one that these guys should be proficient at attacking.
Yeah, no one will be going to flight of the drone. They'll all be going outside where it's much safer.
Yeah, trying to get as much airspace as you can, like that.
Yeah. And that's fine. That's in the landing area. No trees in front of you other than the ones at the basket.
Ooh, a little slight flip up. Oh, that's way up there.
Sneaky power. If you didn't see it on
Yeah.
last 2 rounds.
Cale with a full pirouette.
And he's up there too.
That's literally in the middle of the landing zone.
Yeah, the only thing you don't want is you don't want to end up stuck behind a tree where you have a weird stance or anything. So where they're landing is perfect.
A little more
That's
inside.
Yeah.
Good height though. Just needs to not finish too far left. Oh, he's going to be kind of pinned up there.
I don't know how far behind that tree is, but he obviously has the obstacle in front of him, which is what we were trying to avoid.
Yeah.
And a Firebird?
We've been seeing a lot of Firebirds so far today for Nate, but if it's working, it's working.
Yeah, I mean, round 2 is where he, showed up again and got back on the lead card. So he obviously had a plan, and this probably included a lot of Firebirds, which he's doing again today.
Yeah. He's in circle 1 there with a look for birdie.
Oh, yeah.
This is a rare sight. Oman looking to line up a forehand. He's got a pretty good window in front of him. That was
I love
smooth.
that commitment, too.
Oh, yeah.
With that tree right there.
Mm-hmm.
Good commitment. Yeah, you can see the wind a little bit more.
Yeah. Thought Cale was a little more to the left than where he actually is. So he's got a little bit of shot shaping to do here. Luckily, he's a master of shot shaping.
He's a wizard. He's a disc wizard.
Disc wizard, I like that. He should have shirts made up to say, I'm a disc wizard. Danny, that's not even fair to be that far up off the drive.
And then have that clean of a look, too.
Yeah.
Good bird.
No, you inspired mine.
Well, these guys are on top of each other.
Oh, yeah. Who owes who a drink?
We gonna see another star frame? Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys are playing super clean golf right now.
It's basically what, birdie or die if you, with the
scores it is, yeah. First to fourth, all separated by 4 strokes.
We're Dirty Birdie, and we make disc golf accessories that are just freaking nice.
Because we're people just like you, and we like when things just make sense.
Like our towel, which doesn't drag on the ground. That's why we put the grommet in the middle. You're supposed to put the ground on your towel, not the towel on the ground.
Or our metal mini. It's like every other mini, but metal. Like a metal credit card. Nice.
And our main product, the Holy Grail, bird sauce. Imagine if chalk was easy to apply, lasted way longer, was smaller, easier to store, didn't get everywhere. Oh, and it works way better than normal chalk.
Yep, that's us. Just clip, squeeze, rub, and throw with impeccable grip for the next 9 holes while your hands stay perfectly grippy.
So get saucy with Dirty Birdie. We can say that, right?
I don't think that they would misconstrue what we're trying to say there.
All right, we've made it to the top. Hole 6, par 3, 342 feet. You have the line that the drone is flying now. There's also a hyzer line that we've seen people take in round 2. Both of them can get you to the green here. Going the straight route, you have the floor and the ceiling that you have to worry about and try to work into sliding up to the pin and not blowing past it, because as you see, there is a drop off. Normally with the hyzer, you don't have to worry about that as much. We'll see how the players play. Oh, there's a forehand play too.
It's Firebird.
I kind of forget that it lines up for that.
Yeah, Sexton Firebird. Thrown by Sexton.
So it has to work, right?
I'd say that worked.
Yeah. Put him at circle's edge. You could have got a little bit more ground play if it hadn't been so rocky, but
if it was normal ground.
Yeah.
Danny going the over the top play.
Okay, he made it over the top.
There it is. And there it is.
Yeah, just outside bullseye. Just
Danny doing Danny things. Cale looking to follow a similar line here. Looks like he stabled up from last time. Last time he threw a flippier disc.
Yep, and that worked out better.
Mm-hmm. Also going to be about circle's edge there for the birdie look.
All right, so I'm looking at the card here. I'm thinking, I want Paul's height so I can see over stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want Sexton's forehand.
Mm.
I want Danny's sneaky power.
Okay.
And just be as smooth as Cale. I mean, you can take all those facets. Oh, I also want Danny's putting too.
Mm. That sounds like a winning combination of just about any tournament.
I can't wait for EA to make the disc golf game. Create a disc golfer.
Big, spiky, towering hyzer.
I lost it. Oh,
there it is. I think it's going to be inside the circle there.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully unobstructed.
Cale for birdie. Oh, not to be. Couple of missed opportunities so far for Cale this round.
Yeah. Don't do it. Okay.
I'm telling you, he fully commits to those practice swings.
He does. Disc in hand and all.
Yeah. Nate, this would be the tie. The lead. Yeah. And he connects.
Just inside the circle.
Well, not surprising. We've got a battle on our hands.
Yeah.
2 tied at the top. Danny's 15 feet at best with a birdie look to get to 33.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic scramble.
Yep.
Breakfast at the Oman house. Scrambled eggs. That was terrible. I tried for something there.
I don't know why. But
it did work. I tried. It's fine. You can roast me in the comments for that one. Cale, not the easiest of comeback looks here for par either. Ooh, sneaks it in.
Yeah, it does.
Keeping him at 34. Still in possession of first place, but no longer alone. Danny with a drop in.
Danny creeping. One stroke behind.
We come up to the fun hole, hole 7, par 3, 299 feet thrown over this canyon here. Almost the same elevation pin, just a little bit of a drop off from the actual tee to pin. Nice backstop to catch your disc here if you run at it. You don't want to leave it low or short, as the grade just kind of can take your disc much further away from the pin. Really you want to miss high versus missing low or short on this one.
Well, even if you do miss out, that's a scary putt coming back. I saw the card in front of us. Everyone basically laid up. They didn't want any part of that. Another thing I forget to mention, this is an island. There's OB all around.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's low. Okay.
It's stuck though.
Yeah.
He's closer than he thinks he is.
Yeah.
Saw Danny yesterday chain out on an ace run. This is a similar distance. That is just fine.
Yeah.
He's going to be inside of 20 feet there for the birdie look. And if you haven't watched that, go check out yesterday's coverage and check out hole 8 to see Danny just blowing up chains. Cale, that's fantastic.
That's where you want to be. Same level as the basket. Close by. Yeah, and I think I would probably attack it more as a hyzer than straight on too. That right there is even closer.
It's about where Paul was the last time he was here. Throwing the same stable putter, leaving him about 18, 20 feet at the most.
Now we just cut out 20 minutes of them walking because this.
And heavy. I'm still breathing heavy here. Yeah, I don't think you can hear me on the mic. Sexton just outside of circle.
Dang it. I was so sure that was good.
Danny with the birdie after getting off to that double bogey start. He's fought his way back to 3 down now, which is just 1 off of Sexton's pace.
That's what we're looking for, Cale.
There you go.
Even though that's kind of a scary putt with the drop off right behind the basket.
Good putt there.
Good birdies, guys.
One last tap in before we make yet another hike up to hole 8's pad.
Hey, but the good thing about hole 8 is it's mostly downhill after that.
Yeah, that's true. And there was usually a backup on 8. So.
I wonder if the backup has been affecting their play since they've had to wait. It's been good for us because we need breathers. All right, here we are with the hole that's coming in the most difficult on the day. Hole 8, par 3, 352 feet. The flight that the drone is taking is one path to get there. There's also a path on the right, a path on the left. Just depends on which one you want to take. I always get just stopped by the view there when we're playing or the drone footage. Anyway, we want to get to the green does slip away, but let's see how the players dial it up.
I think we saw 4 of these hyzer attempts last time. That's not going to get it done. And it's still rolling.
Ooh. Stop.
It just sat down. But yeah, all 4 players last time took this hyzer line. Athena once again here for Cale, and that's too high.
Yeah, that window is very, very particular.
Paul also going the hyzer line. That looks
a little
cleaner.
wider.
It's a mystery tree in the background there. I was wondering if Nate was going to take this kind of, not the wide hyzer forehand line, but that one.
Yeah. And that right there is really, basically you're conceding I'm taking the par. That's the par route. You're not taking that route and getting to the basket and staying.
I don't know.
You have a putt.
If he beat those last trees, is he going to finish enough to give himself a look?
I don't know. This hole is weird to me because the Mendo is like.
Yeah, there's like almost an arbitrary Mando off to the left,
like
which nobody would ever take
go
that way. Your disc can go flying down a mountain and you'll never see it again.
And what I've heard is that there was 3 Mandos at one point. I'm like, what was happening that they had to put 3 Mandos there to keep people on the right track?
If anyone knows why and where those Mandos were, if you're a local, let us know what that was all about, because I don't understand why that would be a necessity on this hole.
When I saw the Mando, it's like, oh, they're forcing people to go to the left of it. But no, the Mando, you have to go to the right, which is where everyone is going anyway. Yeah. All right, Cale saw that, and he followed up and stayed a little bit closer.
Yeah. Our pro dart here for Sexton, per usual. I'm assuming this is just going to be a layup play, and it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Although when he has that in hand, you never know.
Yeah, you can give it like that 3/4 bid.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, a long way back uphill.
Ooh, just to the right.
Yeah. So it's going to be an unfortunate bogey here. This is Danny for par after the early tree hit. To remain at 34.
Yes.
Solid. Right side on hyzer. Well done.
I think I'm going to design a disc golf shirt that just doesn't have a right sleeve. Oh.
Just right side, and the basket did not bring it in. So that's going to drop Cale down to 34, and then we're going to have a tie once again at the top.
Wow.
Jamie Keep would love that if you make a shirt that has the right sleeve.
I've been watching Danny. He pulls his up too to try to. Maybe I should try that too.
Sure, whatever works. It might add 30 feet.
Maybe. That's where the sneaky power is. It's in the sleeve.
We've made it to the end of the front nine, hole 9 coming in as the second easiest hole on the day. Par 4, 538 feet, all downhill. The drone is taking you up the path that the course designer would love for you to take, but more than likely none of these guys are going to take that path. Maybe Sexton, he might go Firebird forehand. There's a window on the right hand side for a big kind of swooping spiking hyzer to get away from most of the trouble of the tree line fairway, and then give yourself a pitch up. One that can possibly be eagle. We see a couple guys kind of get down there the first time.
I'm going to give an honorable mention to
Martin Hendel.
That's the guy. He threaded the needle. He went straight down.
He went straight through?
Yes. It was on the green.
I saw he got an eagle.
Yeah.
Danny going the big hyzer route and dropping down to about 50, 60. Sexton on cue with the Firebird, looking to line up the forehand. I kind of wish I played this hole more. I played it with one disc and it wasn't even my disc. And I tried the forehand line. Got a weird reaction.
Really good. Yeah, it looked really good coming out. I thought it was going to, I guess he knows his Firebirds obviously better than I do it. I thought it was going to fight out a little bit sooner than it did, but it flew straight for a while.
Cale going the right side high. This is
the same tree
that he hit round 2. And
well, at least he knows what to play from over there.
So we'll see.
That's the upside to it, I guess.
There's the height you want. Giving it time to move left.
This is kind of scary as a catch cam. I don't know where any of these discs are until they hit something.
Okay. That's likely just going to be a layup as well.
Yeah.
Take your birdie and move on. And Cale's out here on his own adventure.
Is that the clear disc, would you say it was?
Yeah, that's that meteor.
A meteor.
So I'm guessing he's going to want a turnover line at some point here. What?
I don't.
What a late flip. That was so good.
Like, I'm in shock right now.
Paul saying you're a wizard, Harry.
Exactly, he's a disc wizard. Just
Wow. I've seen, win, lose, or draw, whatever happens the rest of the way, I've seen some of the most high-level technical shots ever from Cale this week. It has
Yes.
been an absolute pleasure to watch what he can do.
You have to add elevation. Like
Yes.
it's not just. Oh, okay, all right.
It's so impressive.
It is.
I use that word a lot when talking about his game, but it just is. And now he's got this for one of the most unlikely birdies you'll ever see on this hole. Of course.
Yes. If you never mind. I mean, you hit the first tree. You're over there
Yeah.
on the right, out of position. And now you're taking the same score as everyone that got the full flight.
You're chasing this guy, and he hits first available right side in the trash. You're thinking, I'm getting a stroke here.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
And then he does that. Like, that's got to kind of bring you down a couple notches.
I wonder why he doesn't throw that off the tee. That was just so good.
Maybe too flippy going down the hill. It's going to act even more flippy.
True.
What a crazy front nine. Let's take a look at the recap here of our card.
Now we see a few blemishes. Sexton is the one who is bogey free, just pars and birdies. Still, we have a three-way tie at the top right now. Take a look at the rest of the field. And our card has definitely separated themselves. We have the chase card coming in, 26 down. There's a tie up there. 27 down. There's a tie up there. So really, our card is out front, and everyone else is fighting for fifth or better.
Yeah, it's been crazy, and it's down to the last 9 holes. We saw the back 9 of this course get shredded last time out here. I would expect no different. These guys are on a whole nother level right now. You definitely want to come back, check out the final 9 holes from this 2025 Tim Selinske U.S. Masters. It's going to be incredible. A major winner is going to be crowned. Come back here, see who takes it down.